Zven? 7?
Zven. Should we tune into the mainstream?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I just was wondering if we can see the Jesus Transparency Network later.
Yes.
Like, you guys don't have the strongest level 1. You don't really have like pick or anything like that. But you're kind of just asserting your dominance in level 1, and you're doing it in lane as well. So you can tell me about like what are you thinking when you're going into this game?
I mean, the first thing, if you can just pause for a second.
Yep.
Because like we win level 1, so you can take their camps from them in their face, and then we also have a really matchup bot that's really aggressive. Goes to Ashe against Sivir, Renata. We win super hard level 1, 2, 3 mostly. Then it gets a bit more even. So we want to abuse it as much as we can. This is called map split because, I mean, in this case, they come all 5 people to fight it.
Yeah.
So
they're all chilling over here.
Yeah. So Blabber calls in the game to just finish their buff with attacks and then flash Renata Q. I think in hindsight here, if Renata doesn't flash, he just like flash on top of him and then holds it. Blabber has to flash because you can't flash a mid-range spell.
Yep.
So if he flashes and then doesn't Q, it could go bad. But regardless, in the game, it was like a snapshot call. Just do it, just burn it and leave. And now the mills are going to be low soon, as you see up down there. Yep. So we really want to fight.
I think it'd be fine.
Because we just went so hard 2v2.
Toronto W and heal.
Q, and yeah, we're just stronger. So we fight. I think Berserker should E here, so he hits Sivir as well. He doesn't do it, and I think that's a mistake he made. But overall, we get
I'm done counting.
Berserker.
we get jungle lead. I think it could have been bad because they all went there. The whole team came. We saw the Sejuani and the Vival coming across. We got lucky. There was just a flash for flash, and we got the blue buff. It was best case scenario. But the idea is to have the map split, aka Blabber takes their bot camps and take our top camps. So we have like a map split situation, and then we can win lane bot super hard. Inside this game, the duo can't play 2v2 early game without jungle presence. It's sort of like the same thing in game 4. Without junglers, they can't really play early game. That's the idea behind Ashe pick. And then Ashe's big weakness as support is that you get jumped on by Akali and Yone. You saw that in game 4. I couldn't
you
play
didn't
the
have
game.
fun that game for sure.
But then you have Kalista, right? So in this game, if I get jumped on by like, let's say they have Yone or Akali, I get Kalista ulted and we're fine. But in this game, or like in the other game, I didn't have it. So that's the whole idea behind it. Just really strong laning phase. Typically, when you pick Kalista, you want Renata, but they knew that, right? So they picked Renata from me. So Ashe is a strong laner, wins lane and has pressure, and the arrow is pretty good if you're ahead. You get a lot of CDR from the old hunter stacks, and you buy full CDR, use arrow on CD. In this game, we have double AP solo lanes, Orianna and Kennen. So they just had like Mercs, Tenacity, and the matchups
She said so much.
He talks a lot. But hey,
I asked
very
him one
articulate.
question. What do you think about this level 1? Here's Zven.
For breakfast, I had eggs and bacon, but the eggs really were overcooked. Didn't really.
You doing this game, doing that level 1 fight, it's kind of like a mental game kind of thing too, right? Because the best of 5 is a mental thing. You're getting in their heads game 1. So in this one, this is game 3 at this point.
Ruins, Masteries, Gamer Chair, masturbation habits,
level 1, you're just going at them.
How much
Height,
coffee?
weight.
About how that has been with Berserker, because I remember you doing an
Favorite
interview
color?
back earlier in the split where you talked about how it's hard to play with certain AD carries if they don't play the way you want it to. So does Berserker play the way that you like for an AD carry?
I think at first Berserker was very conservative. He's a very traditional ADC main from Korea. He just wants to 5-5 farm and teamfight. That's like his whole thing. He just wants to, nothing happens, we farm equally, or I'm ahead in CS because I'm better, and then you just teamfight and he carries. That's like his mindset. I think we move more on towards things like Kalista and Draven. This is, I think, the most banned champ against us is Kalista. I'm pretty sure about it at least. And I really like playing Kalista because it enables me to play things like Renata, Mumu, Ashe in this case, right? And there's more stuff coming as well. If teams like EG want to open it next week, which they won't, they'll play out 5 games, but we'll see. So in this game, I think Berserker should skill Q level 1. Yeah, I think he takes W, but I think Q is better for me to hook. There's one time I hooked Sivir. I hook him level 1, yeah.
He just keeps going, man.
Yeah, when I hook him, if
He has so much criticism for Berserker.
He really has a lot.
Like if he has Q, right? Also, I went in here because Lulu used Q just before this. I missed. So we have a window where he has no spells. Yeah, ends up having it for the end of the fight, but that's fine. We get a good trade here. We also have Longsword versus Thorn's Blade. You can see Thorn's Blade.
More sustained.
So, big trade. I think Berserker was a bit too far. He could have backed up like 1 call earlier and we would have hit him so much. It would have been a better trade for us. But this is, we have 3 pots, they have 1.
Legit, it's endless.
Dude, I can't right now. This is too funny.
Then you're just going to push in the whole game. Like, what do you do now, right? And then here,
So I'm bringing this up because,
What gamer chair do you use, Zven?
I
Hurry
wanted
up.
to ask, as a previous 80 carry player, I'm sure you've had experiences where the support just leaves you randomly. You're like, all right, where is this going? So my question is, has playing 80 carry helped you knowing when to roam? Because you're kind of gone for like a minute and a half, you do get a kill, but has that experience helped you to like know when to roam, or is it kind of like Fudge telling you to come up here?
Yeah, I can hit boss.
Yep.
So my thought process in the game is that they have Sivir, Assyrian, and Lulu starting a Sivir. They can't dive him. They don't have Ignite and don't have any damage to kill him. So he can't get over 2v1. So worst case, what happens here is top doesn't die. Whatever, I go back bot, nothing happens. I lost my experience, but that's it, right?
Yep.
And my ace loses some minions, that's fine. The game will go on. But his wave top is bad, and he's playing Sejuani without flash. So either he doesn't farm minion for the next minute and a half while I'm missing, because he can't farm even after I'm missing, right?
Yep.
And the Trundle comes here, we can 2v3 them with Nocturne. So here in the game, I asked Fudge from base, Fudge, if I go top now, will he die? And Fudge said, yeah. And then I'm like, all right, fuck it. And then we call it here in the game. We call it the game here. If he goes for the million minions,
fuck it.
Yep. I said, if it's a million, we go.
Oh, that was such a good flash.
My hook was a bit sketchy here.
Yeah.
It was like a little bit too much to the right. I think that.
It's a pretty fat hook though.
Yeah, and all this is balanced,
clean.
right?
Yeah.
Here, let me see if I can pause right at the hook.
Yeah, it's like you see, like it's a bit. I mean, Sejuani is also fat, but
She does have a big
yeah, I think if I aim a little bit more to the left, he can't dodge it, no matter what. I was like, oh my god, if I miss this, it's over. Mentally,
that'd be pretty embarrassing,
it's
right?
mentally over for me if I miss this hook. He's dead here, and get killed again. So can
It's mentally over for me if I miss.
Dude, the Adderall is hitting hard right now.
He's actually zooted.
This is the one. Yeah. So I have a question as well. So obviously you played 80 carry for a very long time. You usually want to stay alive till the end, but support, when you're playing an engaged support, you actually kind of want to die
Zven,
first or
actually.
second, right?
Fucking
so
funny.
Yeah.
how'd you go about learning that? Because here you watch this team fight. Obviously, it's a pretty crazy one. Fudge gets a huge ultimate.
Yeah.
But for you, what are you looking for in a team fight, and how has that been difficult since you've always been trying to stay alive previously, but now you're trying to die actually?
Hit pause a second.
Yep.
So like the dying thing is like, I admire people like Vulcan or Hylissang who have the whatever it takes mentality. Just go and die if you have to. You know, like I will die for my teammates to carry. It doesn't matter. KD is completely irrelevant support. Some games you have to go Sir 10. When you're playing Nautilus as a single tank against Trundle, balanced champ by the way, you just have to die.
Yep.
This is how it is. You have to go into team thinking, I will die, but I will put ult on Siri before and make him less OP for 1 second while he's in the air. And that's like the whole gist of Nautilus in this game. It's just it's like the Siri dance is like
Less OP for 1 second while he's in the air.
Back off, right? So here I was saying in the game back off. I was like, no, go. And then I'm going to fight here to ult him. Because he's the only one that matters in fight. So I ulti him and I hit Ari as well because I'm too good. It wasn't too good, but Ari is always trolling the fight.
Why don't you just walk away, Zven? You misplayed this, bro.
I'm too good.
Dude, he literally misplayed that. Like, he didn't have to die. He could just ulti. Walk away right now. Walk away right now.
He doesn't give a fuck.
They engage, they back off, but re-engages. All I'm saying in the game is I will ult Siri no matter what. Nothing else matters. Ari's already trolling too hard. So I just ult Siri, and when he gets knocked up in the air, he has to run backwards, right? Because if he doesn't run backwards, he gets ulted by Kennen and Orianna, and it's over. So when that happens, those guys are dead. Because they're already like really deep.
You bought a lot of space.
Yeah,
can't.
they're deep. They're trying to make space for their 80 carry, their mid. So these guys are gonna die now to Orianna ult. I think Fudge does a good job here of not ulting these guys and flashing in first and then just dying. So yeah, I think this fight was probably well by us, but I think they went too far, and I think Ari griefed the fight a little bit. I should stop watch here, and maybe I'll die later, and maybe I won't die, but yeah.
Awesome.
Also, I should have went the even strat item instead of lock it, because it's more aggressive, and our comp is all about someone has to die in our Nocturne, Nautilus, Cannon ults. If they don't die, we lose the long fight, right? The Siri, you know what I'm talking about, the Siri chase you all down, pentakill.
Yeah.
The thing.
That's not very fun.
The Siri thing, yeah. So we have to make a
Shit, I ran out of notebook space, dude. Can you lend me some pages?
Yeah, I got you, bro.
I appreciate that. That's all that I have here, actually. I know there's
Amount of memory on my
It's
2
kinda crazy,
terabyte
honestly.
solid state.
I just want to learn more about your process of learning sport, playing, and getting better at it. So that's it for it. Thank you, by the way. Congratulations on the game. It's very fun to watch. That's all that we have for today. So we're gonna send you all over to the stage.
Already?
Yeah, we need to talk some more.
I actually would love. I would love if Zven did a fucking like a regular segment, dude. This dude is too funny.
Holy shit. God, man.
Where does anybody want to go?
go? What do people want to say? They went through games.
Dude,
1 through
imagine
3.
Zven trying to have a
Obviously,
conversation
game
with
5 did break
Dyrus.
in Cloud9's favor, but this was just razor tight.
Someone ult Zeri no matter what.
I like what Zven said
Darius goes
about
like,
him and
that
Berserker working
seems
together
like
and
good
kind of
idea.
going around
Okay.
Berserker's natural tendencies to
I
possibly play
guess.
a little bit more safe in lane. Obviously, we've already identified.
Now the thing is that's everything Zven says makes sense. He's not really rambling in a way that he's just going in circles or he's saying,
he's
like,
talking very well.
yeah, it almost feels like he was like meant to be a fucking coach because he has a really analytical thought on the game. I can follow his perspective from point to point, and he has a lot of thoughts about the game, which is really important as a support, right? Like support's kind of the role where you have a lot of time to think, and you're kind of the guy who pushes your team to do all of the plays around the map. Since you don't have to focus on farming, you can be there and you can like be thinking about that. So it almost feels like Zven was fucking made for support.
Yeah.
Because having all these thoughts as an AD
Thank you,
carry does
Morgan.
not help you play AD carry much. You farm minions and right click stuff fast.
Yeah.